And if not, and you're on the West Coast, you're about to ready to go to the club. But before you hit the club and get that alcohol in your system, before you
blame it on the booze, blame it on the penny, blame it on the blame it on the alcohol.
Yeah, before you go blame it on the alcohol and spending all your money on a chick that you probably ain't gonna get head to the car to, that she gonna go back and fuck her husband because you turned her on too much. Make sure you catch tonight's episode of the Ovatyme Sports Show. I am your esteemed host, Hollywood J. Black. That, my man to my left, is the infamous, famous, the most diabolical villain in sports talk today, ladies and gentlemen. No, I'm not talking about Colin Cowherd. I'm talking about Big Motherfucking Sin, ladies and gentlemen. What's good, sir? What's good?
What is crack-a-lackin'? It is another beautiful night here in Vegas. Unfortunately, we live right next door to a Greek church, so they're having their Greek festival, and all I can hear is that Greek shit going on outside of my door.
They said, Opa! Hey! Mike Russell says, what's good, Jay? What's good, Mike? How you doing, sir? How you doing? Welcome to the Ovatyme Sports Show. So, we got breaking news. I didn't think that we get to have some breaking news, but we have breaking news. It has been reported. Yes, breaking news. It has been reported that Josh Gordon, as of Monday morning, will be released by the Cleveland Browns. This changes everything, ladies and gentlemen. You have no idea. This changes everything because so many things are going to take place because of this move right here. But Big Sin, I got to get your thoughts on it before I start talking about it.
All right. My thoughts are, okay, so the dude hurt his hamstring during a commercial. Wasn't exactly completely honest with the Browns about it. Okay, sit him down for a game. This dude is the best thing you have on the field. Jarvis Landry has yet to show that he can carry a complete fucking game receiving the ball by himself. He had 4 drops in the end of the fourth quarter in overtime in this game against Pittsburgh that they should have won last week.
Not going to sit here and lie to you about that. They fucked themselves over in that Pittsburgh game. I don't even fathom. The Browns have been literally sitting here for years now. Not just a year, years. They've been sitting here fighting for this man. They've made every single excuse in the world on why this man hasn't played football. They stuck by this man, continued to pay this man's contract, his minimum that he deserved, that he was getting. They paid for his rehab. They paid for his medical bills, everything. They bring him back last year. He performs fairly well given a shitty situation. And then he comes back.
He had a decent game against Pittsburgh.
Had a decent game. Had a great preseason. Had an even better start of his season. And yet, one simple lie, and it feels like the Hulk Hogan theme song when it comes crashing down and it hurts inside, brother. Oh.
Well, there could be greener pastures on the other end of this for Josh Gordon. Like we were just talking about before we started airing, the New England Patriots tried to trade for Josh Gordon this offseason. Josh Gordon wants to be in New England. He has been very vocal about that during the offseason.
Yeah. And here's the crazy part about this. So several teams, multiple sources have confirmed. That's right, sources, not sources. Multiple sources have.
We got JR's barbecue. We got Jim Beam barbecue. We got fucking that ranch sauce. We got.
I'm telling you, multiple sources have confirmed that multiple teams in the double digits, once the rumors got found out that Josh Gordon was being cut, they went to trade for this man. Trade. And which means that the Browns were going to get something in return. And yet, Cleveland decided no.
Not cool.
Nah, it's cool. We don't want nothing in return. In fact, we're just going to let him go. No questions asked, no strings attached, because he is a vested free agent. He doesn't have to go through waivers. Literally, when he hits the street on Monday, he could sign with another team on Monday.
Well, you see, you want to know what the funny part is and why I bring up New England in this whole conversation?
Yes.
Because they just worked out Josh Gordon's best friend, Corey Coleman.
Yeah.
Another former Browns receiver.
Yeah. Yeah, and the word was that they're talking about signing him.
If they bring Coleman, who is a speed receiver, a speed possession, and Josh Gordon, who can burn you on any play, any given day, guess what, ladies and gentlemen? New England's got their wide receiver tandem on lock.
Mike Russell says it sounds like a Browns thing to do.
The Browns ended their losing streak in the most Browns way possible by tying the fucking Steelers.
They can't win for losing, literally.
How do you hit a field goal and hit the ass of your center?
How low can you go? Can you get down low? Can you drop it to the floor?
Oh, my ass! That's how that went.
That's exactly how that shit went. And the worst part about that is like, so now this is where this gets interesting, because now we have a Des Bryant situation now. Because once Josh Gordon leaves the Browns, that leaves a huge hole. And maybe this is why the Cleveland Browns made this move, because they know that Des Bryant is waiting in the wings.
Okay, then why not trade him for a fucking draft pick?
Because maybe they don't feel like it. Like Mike Russell said, we bring it back up again. It sounds like a Browns thing to do. See? It sounds like a Browns thing to do. That's why they didn't do that.
Look, New England would have gave him like a 50 running backs for this motherfucker.
They would have gave him at least a 6.5 round draft pick.
Yeah, you know that extra draft pick New England always seems to get every year? You can have that one.
You can have that one. Just throw it in. No charge. There you go. I can't even fathom. Like, so you know this is impactful. So the question is, I know where you want him to end up, but where you want him to end up, is that where you think that Josh Gordon will actually end up?
I want him to end up in New England, but I honestly think he might end up either in Chicago or Green Bay.
Well, that'll be interesting. I have a bold prediction on my own regarding that.
Then we get San Francisco.
No, because that would be too easy, because that's where I want him to go. But I honestly think he's going to go one or two places. I think he's either going to go to Indianapolis, where they're going to pay him the money, or we all know that Jerry Jones likes felons.
Josh Gordon will not be a Cowboy.
You don't think so?
No.
I don't know. Like I said, Jerry Jones likes his felons. Mike Ravens.
I understand he likes his felons, but why would he get rid of the ego of Des Bryant for the ego of Josh Gordon? Josh Gordon does have an ego. Let's not mistake that he's some really nice guy. Josh Gordon knows that when healthy, he is one of the top 5 wide receivers in the NFL. Yes,
but Greg Hardy wasn't a nice guy. He had an ego too himself. He said
Greg Hardy used to beat bitches on top of guns.
Exactly.
He's wronged in Dallas.
And Josh Gordon does it?
No.
Oh, it's just because he gets high, right? It was one of them it was a black collar crime? Okay, all right.
Yes.
Damn shame. Anyways.
Hey, I'm just being real with you.
All right, so real quick, your thoughts on Seattle signing a guy that's going to be in a federal prison in about 3 months.
Who'd they sign?
Michael Kendricks, the dude that he pled guilty to insider trading.
He pled guilty for insider trading?
Yep.
Is it really that desperate in Seattle? You go sign a guy who's getting ready to go to fucking federal prison for 20 to 25 years for insider trading? Great job, Seattle. Pete Carroll, you're on your way out. Have a good day.
And meanwhile, they won't sign Colin Kaepernick as a backup quarterback.
God damn it, Mr. Black. God damn it. You know what, sir?
What?
He's doing the rest of the show from right here.
Oh, Canelo is official. More breaking news thanks to Mike Russell. Canelo just beat GGG, and GGG takes his first loss. Your thoughts, Big Sin?
My thoughts are they fucked off in the first fight, which Triple G should have won. It wasn't a fucking draw. But anyway, congrats, Canelo. You beat an old man.
All right. Awesome job. So now it is time for what this show is about.
Actually, before we get into that, buddy.
Oh, well, okay.
Can you give us how we did last week? Do you know our records from last week?
Oh, crap. I don't know the records from last week. Hold on. Let me see.
We'll start doing that next week.
Okay. Well, I could run it down real quick. Actually, I remember. No?
Nah, that's cool.
Fine. I'll see how it is.
We'll start it next week.
All right. That's fine. No big deal.
All right. So, just like last Sunday, but this time not so fast-paced fashion as a shotgun show that we did last week. I'm going to run down each game one by one. Me and Mr. Black will go back and forth on it. Then we'll both give our predictions on the winners, on who's going to win this matchup. And this week we are going to start with an NFC South battle, the Carolina Panthers at the Atlanta Falcons. Carolina coming off a win against Dallas, and Atlanta coming off another Matt Ryan choke job against Philadelphia.
Atlanta, also known as AT, taking an L.
AT can't beat Philadelphia.
Yes, it's an interesting thing because we have a team that blew a game versus a team that didn't deserve to win the game that they won.
Because they were playing the Cowboys, who could go 0-16 this year.
Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So Cam Newton was the only standout. Now we have Greg Olsen possibly out for the year.
His third broken foot in 3 years.
Yep. And then now, which means that Christian McCaffrey is going to have to be the featured person in Carolina now. He's going to have to.
Which should have happened last year, but it didn't.
They're going to have to find a way to use this man, or else Bill Belichick's probably going to trade for him. Be like, you know what? Just give him to me. I'll treat him good.
I will take another white running back.
All the white running backs. Bring the pussy girls.
And you know what? I will put them all in the Pro Bowl.
So, my thoughts on this game is that I realize that Carolina doesn't have enough firepower to beat Atlanta. If Atlanta does what Atlanta does, then they're going to win this game at home, and both teams are going to be 1-1. So my prediction is that Atlanta's going to handle business. I don't see Atlanta going 0-2, and Atlanta winning by about 7 points. What you got?
Barring Matt Ryan looking like Dak Prescott in week 1, Atlanta really shouldn't be in a position to lose this game. They, like you said, they do have tremendous firepower. But Philadelphia was an interesting thing because they had Philadelphia beat last week, and Matt Ryan just does not know how to throw touchdowns at the end of the game for some fucking reason. There's a reason when they used to call him Matty Ice, and I called him Matty Meltdown. Yeah. And that fucking moniker is back. But I do have Atlanta win this game by a field goal because it is a division rivalry and it will be a tough game.
Nice. Mike says that Atlanta's going to win, and he has ATL is going to win in this book. You think he's got it? I think so. I think we're all in agreement on that one. So, all right. So
next up, we have in his second game in a year and a half, we got Andrew Luck and the Indianapolis Colts traveling to Washington to play Alex Smith and this reinvigorated Washington Redskins team that looked really good last week.
Not only did they look good, they looked energetic, they looked organized, they looked efficient. They did everything that you want a football team to do. With that said, the only glaring hole that I still see is their running game. There's not that they don't have a running game. with Adrian Peterson, and he performed really good. It's what they're going to do with Adrian Peterson to relieve him. The Adrian Peterson, I don't think can still be that cowbell back like he can. I mean, he could do it week 1, just like he did last year in his first game with Arizona, and he might even get to week 8, week 9. But what about week 12, week 13? Because when Alex Smith is your quarterback, you're pretty much a lock for the playoffs. But is he going to last? Because the Redskins love to run the ball. We know that's why they always kept 5 or 6 running backs in stock, you know? And they got Chris Thompson. Forgot about that. He did all right. But are they going to be able to last 17 games with Adrian Peterson? What do you think, sir?
Well, you didn't give me a winner or loser.
Well, I'm asking you before we talk about winner or loser.
I don't give a fuck about week 17. I give a fuck about week 2.
Fine.
Because
Anyway.
let me tell you this. Colts defense still cannot stop the run.
They also can't stop the pass.
So what I'm looking at here is a good all-around game like last week from Adrian Peterson and Chris Thompson, and for Alex Smith to continue doing what he does, finding these semi-named wide receivers and tight ends they have on this team. And the defense is just good enough. Oh, wait, forgot. The Indianapolis Colts don't have an offensive line either. So Washington is going to win this game probably by 14, maybe by 7, because Andrew Luck will just throw a late touchdown to fucking get it closer.
Garbage time touchdowns. All right, so Redskins, we'll take that. You take Redskins, I take Redskins. Mr. Mike also says Redskins. So we got that going for us. Next,
we have the matchup of 2 teams who are in the same division. The last 2 years, they have been the top of their division, except for last year with Jacksonville. We got the Houston Texans at the Tennessee Titans. Mike Vrabel already said Marcus Mariota and Blaine Gabbert will both play. So I have a feeling Mike Vrabel is getting a little tired of Mariota's inconsistent throwing.
What? Wait a minute. He's starting 2 quarterbacks. Is this his baseball?
No, he is. He said they will both play. That's what he said. This is why coaching that come from the Belichick tree don't really work out, because they try stupid shit like this.
Oh my God. I need some Hennessy for this shit. I don't even fucking know about. Oh my fucking God. Really? Really? Do you know that didn't work when they did Doug Flutie and Rob Johnson? It didn't work with Danny White and the 1 quarterback back in the day for the Cowboys. It's not going to work now. Is your offense a big question mark? A big enough question mark that you don't know who your starting quarterback truly is?
Well, yes, because unlike New England, the Tennessee Titans have no idea how to use Deion Lewis, and that was proven last week.
If you don't know who your starting quarterback is, then you don't have a starting quarterback. That means there's not one on your roster.
That's what happens with put a guy who's been a linebacker coach for the last 5 years as the head coach. He doesn't know offense.
Mike says Texans by the 10. And that's being nice. I think he's really being nice about that.
You got to realize, last week Houston was put in an unwinnable situation at New England, week 1.
And they came close, too, so it's not like they didn't.
Good game.
Yeah.
But you see, that's what you expect when you play New England. You're going to get within a touchdown, but that's about it.
I have Texans by 20. It's going to be a blowout.
You think this is going to be a blowout?
If they don't have a starting quarterback, they don't have a quarterback.
I have a thing with divisional matchups. I believe it'll be around 7-10, but Houston will win this game.
Y'all just being so nice. And he says Deshaun Watson will get his legs back up under him. Oh, yeah, he definitely will. I see big things for Deshaun Watson this game. He performed well against Tennessee last year. I know the defense a little bit revamped, but I don't see it really changing. I think Deshaun Watson is got their number.
All right. So next up, we have the Philadelphia Eagles against the team that caught lightning in a bottle last week with Ryan Fitzpatrick at the helm, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Can Tampa Bay make it 2 in a row?
Who are they playing again? What the fuck? Hold on.
Philadelphia.
Oh, hell no.
What would you do? What would you have to say next week if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers put a 45 spot up on the Eagles?
If that happens, if the Tampa Bay Buccaneers put up 45 points on the number one defense in last year's NFL, well, let me think of a good bet. I would change my Facebook profile picture to a Ryan Fitzpatrick profile picture if this happens. I will rock a Ryan Fitzpatrick all week. This nigga said if the Buccaneers beat the Eagles, oh my God. Oh my goodness.
I said put up 45. I didn't say beat.
Well, if he puts up 45, Nick Foles can't. Well, I don't know. It's a Tampa Bay defense, so he might just put up like 60. No, that's not going to happen. Yes. All right, so let's preface this by yes. This is a Ryan Fitzpatrick contract year. And in a Ryan Fitzpatrick contract year, it goes down, all right?
You usually get 5 or 6 really good games out of him.
It's a contract year. They're headed to the fucking playoffs. And he's going to milk them?
Well, you got to remember, Jameis Winston comes back at week 4 and week 5. So
he's gonna milk him for $100 million. And he's going to cash out on his last. They're going to be like, Ryan Fitzpatrick is the future. He's the future of Tampa Bay. We're going to trade Jameis Winston.
Hold on. A 38-year-old quarterback is the future of Tampa Bay.
That's right. Ryan Fitzpatrick is the future. You gotta
see commercials. Stanford, bitch.
Here you go. Nick Foles isn't playing well, but Fitzpatrick has three good games a year, and one was last week. He says Philly by 13. Yeah.
Here's where my thinking is. Fitzpatrick is going to get all 3 of his good games out in the first 4 games to try and earn a trade somewhere. That's what he is doing.
And given the way that shit's going in Tennessee, he just might end up there. Like I said, if you don't have a starting quarterback, you don't have a quarterback. Oh.
Here's my bold prediction for this game. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers beat the Eagles by 2.
Holy fucking shit. Oh, my God. Oh, boy. He need an Acuerdo? Call him in the morning.
I'm doing it for the ratings, sir. I'm doing it for the ratings.
For the fucking ratings, huh?
What do you got?
I got the Eagles by I'd say 14. I'm going to go with what he said, like 14.
All right. Next we talked shit about this guy because of the way he performed in the preseason, but last week he looked pretty damn good. It was just the LA Chargers looking pretty damn bad. The Kansas City Chiefs at the 0-1 Pittsburgh Steelers. Let's talk about this.
Well, it's just like MGK. Let's talk about it. Mahomes showing up to Pittsburgh. Let's talk about it. Oh, yeah, I can rap, but But anyway, it's not the point. The point is that Mahomes looked solid last week. I didn't think that he put it together.
The Chargers just look that bad.
Chargers don't look bad. Chargers kept up. Mahomes was just dropping. Did you see the one Mahomes pass that when he hit it, it looked like the corner for the Chargers had it in his hand, but it wasn't even nowhere near his hand when you looked at slow motion. The receiver, it was right in the receiver's gut like this, like a baby. They're happy, baby.
I'm going to give guys like Chris Sims and Andy Reid their props when they said Mahomes is the real deal. I'm going to give them their props. He is the real deal.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt. But I think what it comes down to is that is Kansas City going to be in it for the long haul?
I think so.
You don't think they're going to figure out Patrick Mahomes?
I think they're in a division to where they win 9 games. They can win the division this year because of how weak it is.
Yeah, probably.
So they're going to try and win this division early.
True. This is their only shot. But, okay, I'll give it to them. I'll say Pittsburgh has no redeeming qualities right now except for Ben Roethlisberger. I think their running back is still going to go for 100, but that's not going to be enough.
Roethlisberger threw fucking 6 interceptions last week against the Browns.
Oh, yeah, that is a question. Is Roethlisberger playing this week? I heard he had a little injury.
I don't know, but I don't think it matters. Pittsburgh, the Pittsburgh Steelers, for some reason, can't keep Le'Veon Bell's name out their mouth. And the way they tried to embrace Foster last week was a direct slap in the face to Le'Veon Bell, which that I believe this relationship between that player and that city and the team is like way the fuck gone now.
It's gone. No, it's a wrap. If they don't trade him, I'd be very surprised. Because if they don't trade him, they're not going to get anything for him. So
Foster is nice. But Foster is not going to give you what Le'Veon gives you year in and year out.
Yeah. No, it's which begs the question then, is he a system back?
Who, Le'Veon?
No, I mean, yeah, Le'Veon, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Is he a system?
No. Foster is nice. Like I just said, he is nice. But let's see over the course of a season how Foster holds up.
True. All right, so what you got?
I got Kansas City winning by 7.
Okay. They said Mike says if Roethlisberger doesn't play, Kansas City wins. But if Roethlisberger plays, Pittsburgh wins by 3. Roethlisberger
played in Cleveland last week. 6 interceptions against the defense that really is not established yet. Yes, Kansas City's defense ain't all that great, but they're better than Cleveland's.
True. I really like at the end of the day, I like Mahomes to actually do what Mahomes does, which is throw that goddamn football. Kansas City look. I was a doubter. You know me. We talked about this shit in preseason. I said I don't like Mahomes. I said Andy Reid's job is on the line, but I like him. I think this just might be it. I think Kansas City is looking legit now. So we'll see.
All right, so next up we have a matchup between 2 1-0 teams. One is surprising 1-0. The other one, they didn't really play. They played Tennessee last week. So we got the Miami Dolphins, who played a 9-hour game against the Titans last week because of weather conditions, at the New York Jets, who came out and obliterated the Lions somehow, some way, with Sam Darnold's very first pass was a pick 6.
Bruh. Oh, man. This is a good one. Dolphins defense isn't as good as it was before, but they're playing a rookie quarterback. They're pretty much a new team as a whole because the Jets, I think they had the most new faces in the NFL this year. If I gotta pick somebody's gonna go 2-0. So,
but there's always that tie. That could happen.
I like the Dolphins, and I normally wouldn't say this. I like the Dolphins, and I tell you why. It really comes down to, I think it comes down to the quarterback play, and I think that eventually that they're going to stymie Sam Darnold just a little bit, just to get it cracking. I like Miami. Tannehill's back. Tannehill swaggy's on point. He's doing his thing. Defense is looking okay, not great. But only thing that I worry about is that Josh Sitton, the left guard, he tore his rotator cuff. Your number one guard tore his rotator cuff. And he was an all-pro guard, so I don't know. So Mike says Dolphins in 6, and Tiffany says, "Oh God, no more ties."
All right, so I think what I'm about to say is going to come as a shock to you, Mr. Granger.
Oh God!
All right, Sam Darnold is a gunslinger. Yeah. He could have let it go. He could have let everything that happened last week at the beginning of that game get to him. And like a real pro, he did not. He came back out firing. He was not fucking hesitating at all to throw that ball wherever the fuck you wanted to.
True. True.
I believe the Jets are going to win this game by 14.
You think so?
I think the Jets are going to be 2-0 to start the season.
That'll be something. That'll be fucking something. Oh, man.
I have no faith in Ryan Tannehill. You know that.
Yeah, I know.
I almost trust Jay Cutler more than Ryan Tannehill, but I'm not going to go that far yet.
No, it was like you slapped yourself on that one before you had to say that. Like,
right? Anyway, let's get to a game where both teams are 0-1, but one lost by 1,000, and the other one played the Chiefs. The Los Angeles Chargers at Buffalo, and what I think is going to be Phillip Rivers throwing for 595 yards this week.
Jesus Christ.
Oh, and this is going to be Josh Brown is starting. Not Josh Brown.
Josh Allen?
Huh?
Josh Allen?
Josh Allen is starting for the Buffalo Bills this week.
Okay. Well, real quick, she said, I think that the kid is more confident now, talking about your boy Sam Darnold.
Like I said, he could have let that go real bad, throwing the pick six on his very first throw in the NFL.
This is the Chargers statement game. And that statement is going to be, put the bullshit aside and let's play some damn football. I told you that they're trying to push Phillip Rivers as this dude that's going to take on Tom Brady in the playoffs. This has to be a statement game for them. They have to win this game.
Can they get the playoffs? That is the whole issue with LA.
They're in the AFC West. They just might. They might sneak in.
Only one team is going to make it out of that division, and that will be the Chiefs this year.
See, I thought that too until all right, so here we got the NFC South, who's crumbling. The winner of the NFC South is going to be the Texans. They're just running away with it. AFC West. They're going to run. The AFC West, AFC South. They're going to run away with the division. Texans, I believe, are going to run away with it. So in the East, New England's going to run away with it. In the AFC North, we've already talked about the Browns sliding in on the low. So to me, that leaves the Kansas City Chiefs and two wild card teams. Chargers going to be that wild card team, and I think they're going to get in. Like I said, this is a statement game. This is a must-win game for San Diego, and they can't go the way. Buffalo doesn't have to win this game. San Diego does.
I feel bad for Josh Allen this week. This is not a good matchup for him to make his first start because Joey Bosa is starting this week, which he did not do last week.
Yeah. And they thought he was going to be out, and they said he was playing. So, ooh, boy.
Joey Bosa is on the field. With the way their offensive line is, LaShawn McCoy does not look like the LaShawn McCoy of old.
No.
David McCoy looks like a fucking shell of himself.
Yeah, with all them injuries, though. Think about all the injuries he's taken in Buffalo over the last 4 or 5 years.
I believe the Chargers win this game by 30.
Ooh, shit, that's a bold prediction. I like I said, Chargers statement game. This is a must-win. At least, if they don't win by at least minimum 10, they gotta get. I don't think they're going to be looking good, but I have a minimum 10 points they're going to win by, double digits.
All right, so next we got a team that looked really good last week against a team whose first half was really bad, but somehow a miracle happened and their number 12 came back out in the second half and the other team's defense stopped playing. The Minnesota Vikings at the Green Bay Packers. Is Aaron Rodgers' knee going to hold up for the whole season?
That is the $1 million question, the $2 million question, if you will. Talk about that for a second. I got to get me something to drink real quick. I'm going to leave you on. Put you on.
So last week, it showed the Minnesota Vikings are for real. Kirk Cousins looks really good and comfortable in that offense. Their running attack is dangerous as long as both running backs stay healthy. The wide receiving core is benefiting greatly from having Kirk Cousins there. Whereas the Green Bay Packers, their offensive line looked like shit last week. Khalil Mack threw the fucking offensive line all over the place by himself last week with the Bears. But the Bears could not sustain what they were pulling in the first half of that game. Aaron Rodgers took a bad hit to the knee, somehow came back, and led to a big, huge comeback for the Packers against the Bears. And that goes to show this rookie head coach going against a future Hall of Fame quarterback who's physically running around on one leg, which was awesome to watch, even though I'm not an Aaron Rodgers guy. I'm not an Aaron Rodgers fan. But I do respect the man and respect what he does. But I believe this Minnesota team is destined to make it to the Super Bowl this year in the NFC. They are very good. Last year they did it with a third-string quarterback who nobody knew about. This year they're not sneaking up on buddy. This year they're just punching you in the face. So now, division games are always tough. They're always close because they're always the hardest hitting going through, and this one ain't going to be no different. And my interest thing is, will Aaron Rodgers' knee be able to hold up under this pressure that the Minnesota Vikings are going to put on him, or we're going to have another situation where he gets hurt and tries to muster his way through the way that he did last week? Do I think he could do it? Yes. Do I think it'll be hard against his defense? Fuck yes, it'll be hard against his defense. Because Minnesota is a top 5 defense. And now they're going to have a top-flight offense without a third-string quarterback with a legit number 1 quarterback. Kirk Cousins, like I said, looked really fucking good in purple last week.
Yeah, no doubt. No fucking doubt. Thank you. I think – oh, hold on, wait. Wrong button.
I don't know if you heard what I said.
No, I heard every single word that you said, and I couldn't agree more. I want to add to that the Vikings haven't even started getting their running game up like they did last year. They've been really letting Kirk Cousins sling the ball and letting him do his thing, which is scary because if once they start running the ball more, they're going to be a dangerous fucking team. Vikings. We've already said that didn't we say that the Vikings and the Bears are the teams that we said were going to come out of that division.
But after last week, I worry about that Bears defense in the long run because they did slow down last week.
They only slowed down because the Vikings did a way better job at protecting
Packers.
Yeah. Not the Vikings. The Packers did a way better job of protecting Aaron Rodgers. It was nothing but shotgun 2-step drops.
Yeah, because he was a hobbled man for the rest of that game.
Yeah. But dude, if every play is 2 seconds, and you got to decide what the fuck is going to happen within 2 seconds, that slows down because Khalil Mack. It was a few times Khalil Mack got back there in 2 seconds. I think that was the scary part. That was more scary.
Khalil Mack, like I said, Khalil Mack just turned that Bears defense into an evolved monster.
Yep. At the end of the day, though, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is gonna. He has to play. What is it? 8 of the top 15 defenses in the NFL this year.
Yeah. In Minnesota, he has to see twice this year. Who was the top 5 defense?
Yep, they were the number 3 defense in the NFL last year. It's gonna be bad. Aaron Rodgers is gonna die. A violent death. If it's not this game, it's gonna be another game. And it's just all bad. I like Minnesota because they have the firepower to keep up. They're not Green Bay's not going to get away with that shit that they did against the Bears, because the Bears still developing offense. Kirk Cousins will sling that goddamn ball, and Kirk Cousins will ball out.
Yeah, I agree with you. I got Minnesota in this game, and I do believe you'll see the Dalvin Cook and the running game step up this week.
Yep, Dalvin Cook, Latavius Murray.
Yep.
Got to go. It's got to work. All right, what we got next on deck?
Next on deck, we got the team that ended their losing streak last week with a tie against the team who got punched in the mouth by Ryan Fitzpatrick. We got the Cleveland Browns at the New Orleans Saints. This has the viewings of something that could get really ugly.
For who? That's the question.
For New Orleans.
Yeah. Here's the thing. So New Orleans proved last week that they had no defense. It's
no matter all the hype they had no defense.
Yep, they had no defense. That has been proven. It is now not only set in stone, it is now fact. It's one of those Tyson Kidd Cesaro facts. Fact. They have no defense.
Here's the question: will we see Baker Mayfield on the field this week?
I'll tell you this: if with the Saints' lack of defense, if Tyrod Taylor doesn't ball out within the first half, I think you're going to see Baker Mayfield.
Okay.
This is an opportunity because this is an opportunity for Tyrod Taylor to prove himself. This defense is vulnerable. If that doesn't happen, you'll see Baker Mayfield, and then after that, you're going to see him for the rest of the season.
All right. So who you got?
I like Tyrod Taylor's chances because I like the Browns' chances because their offense is diverse. I would take the Browns. Browns by 7.
I got to take the Saints by 10 because they're at home.
That didn't matter the last time when they got beat by Tampa Bay.
Yeah, Tampa Bay was lightning in a bottle. It happened. I'm sorry. Josh Gordon knows he's being cut. He's probably not going to play this week. So that means they have Jarvis Landry. I just told you what the hell Jarvis Landry did in the last half of that game against Pittsburgh.
True. So then, all right. So I'll amend my statement because I forgot about the whole no Josh Gordon thing. I think the Saints are gonna. I say about 14.
14?
Yeah, 14.
So we both got the Saints on this one.
Yes, we do.
All right. Next up, we have a reunion of sorts. We have the Detroit Lions at San Francisco. Both teams opened up in a disappointing way, and I told you last week that San Francisco was going to have a tough time with that Minnesota team.
So for the record, we had a lot of drops. We had a lot of injuries. We took a beating.
But Detroit looked like shit Monday night against the Jets.
Yeah, and that's where, if you're in a fantasy league right now, I'm definitely recommending you start Jimmy Garoppolo.
Now, defense. In Detroit, is it because the players don't like the way Matt Patricia does things, or they're just not used to him yet?
I think they're not used to the defense. I don't think they've learned the defense yet.
I mean, the guy is a rocket scientist for real.
Yeah. I think they just haven't learned the defense. I think that's what it comes down to. Remember, it took the Patriots under Matt Patricia 2 years to learn that defense the way that he likes it. So, do you know that the Lions have not beat the 49ers since 1975?
Yeah, but every long-term trend like that has to end eventually.
Well, not when you see a defense that looks like the Lions.
And 49ers defense ain't nothing to fucking be happy about either.
Shit. As long as Jimmy Garoppolo's the quarterback, we always have a shot.
So I'm going to agree with you on that one. I think Jimmy G has a breakout game because he knows Matt Patricia's defenses because he practiced against them for 5 fucking years.
Yeah. Yeah. So I like Jimmy Garoppolo. I like the Niners in this one. I say Niners by a touchdown or less, though. I think Matt Stafford's going to.
I personally have a feeling, and I love Matt Patricia. You know that. I have a feeling this is going to be another blowout.
Think it's going to be another blowout? That'd be interesting.
I think the 49ers take this by at least 20.
All right. We'll hold you to that, sir, by another 20. Okay. All right. We'll hold you to that one.
The next game, I think, is going to be just a bitch slap across the board. We have your boy, your favorite player in the NFL, Sam Bradford and the Arizona Cardinals, taking on that fucking violent, vicious, nasty Los Angeles Rams team.
So back to the first question that we had last week, but he seemingly got away. How many plays does Sam Bradford last until he's out for the season and still gets paid his full salary?
Well, this one he has to line up against Aaron Donald and the Dakadong Sioux. We see how that fared for the Raiders last week.
About 8 players, 8 plays. So you say he's gonna last about 2 0-4, like 0-3 outs? Okay, all right, there you go. Like as soon as he gets injured, yep, there's Sam Bradford, ladies and gentlemen. He is out for the season. He just got tapped. He's out for the season, ladies and gentlemen.
Now, me and Mr. Black here both said we're very high on the Vikings making it to the Super Bowl this year, but this Rams team looks fucking scary.
Yeah.
This young coach they have, who is a dude. I watched an interview with this guy last week.
Yeah.
Did you know that he can remember every single play, what happened, the time of the game that it happened?
Yep.
This dude is amazing.
Yeah. That's a hell of a coach. That's why they paid him so much money.
And he's what, 33?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
He has Jared Goff playing at a level that Jeff Fisher said Jared Goff couldn't play at.
Exactly. So, I mean, to me, what it seems like to me, it's starting to. This is going to be bad. Rams statement game. I mean, they already beat what you call them 33-13, but I think they're going to shut them out. I think they're going to shut out the Cardinals.
I think it's going to be like a 45-0, man.
Yeah, they're going to shut them out.
All right, so some more news that came across the wire about our next game. Jacksonville Jaguars running back Leonard Fournette might not play against the New England Patriots.
Oh, shit. That's a rough one.
So now we have the AFC Championship game rematch. Jacksonville, who looked pretty good against New York last week, playing the team that they played tough in the playoffs last year at New England, but this time at Jacksonville. So, my friend, what happens this time?
No Fournette means they don't even get close because Fournette was the game changer. And remember, Fournette got injured, and that changed everything in that Patriots Jacksonville game last year. Earlier this year in the AFC Championship. Without Fournette, that changes the entire dynamic of what Jacksonville likes to do. Yes, Blake Bortles will still get his runs, his scrambles, whatever the case may be, but it is not going to be nowhere near as close as it was without Leonard Fournette.
But we also got to look at one thing too. Last year, New England's defense wasn't half as talented as it is this year, and it showed that first week last week. That New England front four gets after the quarterback now.
And I would say that's even the worst part, but it's not. The worst part is that the way that they're schemed, they can take a scrambling quarterback out of his element. That's what they did with Deshaun Watson. Once they got the hang of him in the second half, they could take him out of his element real fast.
Not only that, Stephon Gilmore is not worried about Malcolm Butler's feelings anymore. You've seen that last week. Stephon Gilmore balled his ass off last week.
Yeah.
Against Houston.
Yeah, well, he's been nothing but a baller. So, yeah, I mean, like I said, it's not even going to be close without Leonard Fournette.
You don't think Jalen Ramsey and that defense can keep him in it?
Nope. Because the other thing that everybody forgets, too, is now we have a fully healthy Gronk.
And not only that, Tom Brady kind of tore that defense apart in the playoffs last year.
Yeah. So I like New England by at least minimum 10 points. Minimum, double digits. What do you think?
I say New England by a touchdown.
Okay.
I have a lot of respect for that Jacksonville defense. So.
Oh, I know. I do too, but I don't think that they're going to be able to put up points without Leonard Fournette.
No, you do have a point there. So I'll give them 10.
There you go. See, that's nice.
All right, so next we have the overhyped, overrated team that's not going to make the playoffs against a team who looked but beat up on a team that lost their Legion of Boom last week. The Oakland Raiders at the Denver Broncos. This used to be a fun matchup to want to watch every year, but now it's like,
The Raiders at the Broncos. You have the Miracle Man, Case Keenum, going against Derek Carr, some Carr. Whatever.
Last week he looked like David.
Whatever Carr. The Carr didn't start last week, which is exactly why the Raiders lost.
John Gruden look like Mark Davis now? What happened?
They've exchanged bodies. He needed a younger version of himself. He's like Chucky did in the latest Chucky movie. If you haven't seen it, go right ahead. But yeah, John Gruden is about to go down in history as the most overpaid, overhyped coach in NFL history.
Now, is it because the team ain't talented enough, or is it because he refuses to evolve to the newer game.
He had a team that, all right, so he had a team that had questions on defense, a decent offense.
And got rid of their best defensive player, yes.
Yeah, yes. So they had defensive problems, but they still had Khalil Mack, which was carrying the load. They didn't build on the defense in the offseason. They didn't add too many more offensive weapons. They lost one and gained one, so they broke even. This is looking bad. This is all bad. I don't know about you, but this looks really bad on the Raiders and for John Gruden. How are they supposed to be moving into the new stadium in 2 years? And they can't even get this shit together right now.
See, and we both called it. When they traded Khalil Mack before the season started, we both sat here and said, what the fuck were they thinking?
I think everybody in America said, what the fuck were they thinking? We just had to be the loudest.
Not even practicing with the Bears defense, what he can do.
Yeah. Yeah. They just said, they give him one direction, get the damn ball. Get after that damn ball.
Go.
Where my dogs at?
Right? All right, so who you got in this game, sir?
All right, so I like Denver. I like Denver. I like Denver
to go 2-0 and Oakland to be 0-2, but only by like a field goal, maybe a touchdown.
Yeah, not too big. Not too big. I say maybe like 6 points, 2 field goals, and they're going to try and win at the end. They're going to lose.
So now we got what was once billed as the greatest game of the year to who cares? The New York Football Giants taking on the Dallas Cowboys.
The New York Football Giants and the Dallas Cowboys.
Now, last week, Odell Beckham had a big game but did not score.
Nope. And remember, folks, we don't score until you score.
Jalen Ramsey said he was going to hold Odell Beckham to not scoring.
Yep, and that's exactly what Jalen Ramsey did. Back to
I have no interest in this game.
I don't either, but let me call a spade for a second. So I told you last week that Dallas had no redeeming qualities. They have a roster, but they're lost. They're not going to find themselves. Their coach sucks. Their owners suck. Their management sucks. And it's sad that these players have to play for a shitty coach, shitty management, and a shitty owner. But you reap what you sow, and the Giants are now well back on their way to try to reclaim the division again in this game. This is a must-win for the Giants. It's not necessarily a must-win for Dallas, but this is a must-win for New York. And I don't see any way that New York, and because New York, they have to exercise their demons. Remember, who's the only team that New York hasn't beaten the last 3 years?
Well, they beat them once in the last 3 years, and that was on the Odell Beckham catch.
Well, that was, 3 years ago?
Yeah, so, yes, they haven't beat the Cowboys, but the Giants really haven't beaten many people in the last 3 years.
Well, hell, they went 7-9 one of those years. Shit. But I like the Giants.
Also went 1-5 in the division.
Yeah. I like the Giants' chances in this one. I like it a lot. The
Cowboys are just a dumpster fire, and I really hope the Giants blow their fucking doors off.
Well, I hope so. I said this is a time where they got to exercise their demons, and this is no better time than the present, sir.
Now, speaking of exercising their demons, this team has a demon to exercise from last week. The being up big in the first half and blowing it to an injured quarterback, going against a team who their newly acquired linebacker might have a feast with the only good player on this team. The Seattle Seahawks at the Chicago Bears.
Yeah.
Khalil Mack's first game in Chicago.
This is going to be a defensive match from hell. The Griffins, Shaquille and Shaquem, have been beastly. They are bringing the beast back in beast mode. They're not the Legion of Boom. They're something totally different. They get at people really, really bad. With that said, the Bears do have that demon that they need to exercise, and I think that the Bears are going to finally get that first victory of the year.
Now, there's been no bigger critic of Mitchell Trubisky than me on our end of things.
Yeah.
What I saw from Mitch Trubisky last week, when he actually has decent weapons, the kid can actually play.
Well, remember, he had nothing last year. He had an injured Alshon Jeffrey. He had his running backs, and that was it. That's all they had.
He had Kevin White, who still hasn't seen the field since being drafted.
Yep. They need to open the playbook, I think, at some point. Because he's got a grasp of it. His progressions are on point. He is a good quarterback that is going to be a great quarterback. But they need to let him be him.
And you see Allen Robinson shined having a guy who could actually throw the ball.
Oh, yeah. And Trubisky's arm is a cannon.
Yeah, that dude made – because remember, I texted you last week about some of the throws he was making in the first half of that game.
It was ridiculous. I feel like they dumbed down the playbook in the second half. I don't know if you had that feeling. I feel like they did.
What you want me to be completely honest about what I think happened for real in that second half of that game last week?
Yeah.
They were not prepared for Aaron Rodgers to come back. They thought they knocked him out of the game. They had Mr. 0-16 back there.
Yeah. And they were going to stall him.
Not prepared for Aaron Rodgers to come back.
They were planning on feasting on Deshaun Kaiser too, and that's the crazy part.
And they were going to Deshaun Kaiser the whole second quarter.
Yeah, but I think that they were ready to feast on him. On the second half, I think they weren't ready for Aaron Rodgers. They weren't ready to get that defensive that 3-step drop back defended on. They weren't ready.
They were thinking Deshaun Kaiser holds the ball way too fucking long.
Yeah,
and they're like, oh, Khalil Mack's going to be on his ass the whole time like he was in the second quarter.
Yeah. So I like Chicago really, really much so. Probably about double digits.
I think Chicago by 6.
Chicago by 6. Okay. All right. So
now you said there was something else we're going to do?
Yes. Last thing of the evening, sir. What is your bold prediction for this week? I'm going to let you have the floor.
My bold prediction for this week will be, I already made it. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to beat the Philadelphia Eagles tomorrow.
Wow, it still is a bold prediction. I still don't believe that she actually had the audacity to go there. Audacity. I have a prediction for you.
Last week, you want me to give you the reason I'm going there?
Why?
For the first time since they've been on the same team, Deshaun Jackson and Michael Evans look like they like their quarterback.
Yeah.
They both had over 100 yards receiving. They both had multiple touchdowns.
Yes, but here's the thing. Are you really going to start Ryan Fitzpatrick at 38 years old and have him take over for the rest of the season?
No. I told you. He gets 3 good games. He's going to do them in these first 4. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers defeat the Philadelphia Eagles on September 16th, 2018.
All right, I got a bold prediction.
Nothing bolder than that, my brother.
I got a bold prediction. My bold prediction is that Baker Mayfield's going to come into this game and win the game for the Cleveland Browns. And they're going to be down by one of the largest margins ever to be down by. Probably like you thought 28-3 was bad. I'm thinking 31-3.
It still won't beat 28-3 because 28-3 happened in the Super Bowl, brother.
Yeah, but still, I think that's my bold prediction. My bold prediction is that Baker Mayfield's going to come into this game and win.
All right, man. You looking sleepy?
I am a little bit tired, but I'm okay. So we'll go ahead and cut this now. However, Monday we'll be back doing the regular shows again. Saturdays, we're going to do this either Friday night or Saturday night for the NFL show. We'll be on the podcast Sunday morning for your viewing pleasure. It's going to be on YouTube tonight, right, Mr. Sin?
Yep, it'll be going up right after this.
All right, so questions, comments, concerns, make sure you hit us up on the comments. This is your boy James, a.k.a. Hollywood J Black. That's the man Big Sin right over the other side. What time on Monday? At night, as usual. Probably around 11:30. I'm gonna have the show ready to prep at 11:30. So by the time I just come home, I have my notes and I'm ready to roll. So
yeah, he does those shows alone because I'm usually asleep.
yeah, I know. I'll still poke the bear, be like, "You up, Phil? You up,
Right?
Phil? You up?" No, I'm not up, you fucker. Oh, sorry, my bad.
But with that being said, we got to get on the wrestling kick here pretty soon. Hell in a Cell is tomorrow.
Yes.
The Women's Evolution card leaked, so we'll see if that's going to hold up. But other than that, I am good for the night, and I will see you soon, my friend.
All right, sir, and we out this bitch. Deuces.